we have had two movies that came out this year that have been heavily compared to Superbad. The first being Booksmart, which I ended up absolutely loving. It was directed by Olivia Wilde and had two great leads that ended up making this movie much more than just a female Superbad. And now we have Good Boys, which is produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, and I think it is really, really funny. It's a very fun movie, and it is definitely a 6th grade version of Superbad. Jacob Tremblay, Keith L. Williams, and Brady Noon play the three 6th graders in this movie, and I think they are fantastic for being that young. And especially, Jacob Tremblay has been in so many movies. He's already a star with how young he is, which is insane. He's a fantastic actor. But I think these three leads do a very, very good job selling this super over the top and ridiculous movie that I think works very well because that they are 6th graders. If it was any older or any younger, I think it would have been too far of a stretch. But when you're that young and everything seems so important and so crazy, and like everything that happens, every crazy little tiny moment ends up being the craziest moment of your entire life. So I think the over the top nature kind of felt like you were a 6th grader sitting in the theater watching these crazy events happen on screen. And the plot of this movie is very much like Superbad, where the plot of the movie is heading straight towards a party at the end of the movie where they are trying to get a kiss. It is a kissing party, and it is, they're 6th graders, that's what they see as being the greatest goal they can possibly achieve in their life. That's their main thing, and I think it is very funny. This movie has a lot of good humor, really funny moments. I think the first third of the movie isn't as funny because all the jokes are from the trailer, but I think the trailer does a good job at showing, jokes from the first third, but the second 2/3 of this movie are great. There are so many jokes and so many funny moments. I think some of the funniest moments for me, at least personally, was in those last two halves. Now, I didn't think this was the funniest movie in the world. There was a person sitting next to me, like 2 seats over, that thought this was the funniest thing in the world. She was laughing at every joke, and she was laughing hysterically, and the audience was really loving it. And I had a hard time getting into it because it was all just beats from the trailer, and that's what I thought the movie was going to be. But as soon as it kicked into that second act, and you start really seeing the jokes, widen out besides just the trailer jokes, it became a very funny, very, very hysterical movie with these three kids saying these absurd things, and it never got tired. I never got sick of these kids swearing. Like, Sausage Party had the issues, like, yes, we see that a hot dog is saying the F word 1 billion times. This movie does not have that problem because it's not, like, it is a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, they do swear a lot. This is a very raunchy and vulgar movie, but it doesn't go over the top to the sense where you get sick of it and you get tired of the type of jokes that they're telling. And very similar to Booksmart and Superbad, by the end there is this very good theme and message about friendship. And if you are a 6th grader watching this movie, which I don't think you should bring your 6th grader to see this movie, but if you were, you take this message as, keep your friends that you have now close while you can. They won't always be there for you, but it's always nice having those friends, and you always, connect to them later on in life, even if you're not with them every second of the day. And for adults, I think how I took it personally is it's very nostalgic to how, my friends were in those times. I don't see them too often, but when I do, it's always fun, and it's always nice remembering those fun memories when you were kids, messing around, doing crazy stuff. And so I think that is why this movie works so well to me, because it has a very nice message in the end. And I loved the last 20-30 minutes of this movie. I think it was very heartwarming. And when it comes to negatives for this movie, it has a very strong, I don't want to say a style to it, but a very strong sense of editing and the type of flow that this movie has and the type of music choices that they put in there. And it does feel very jarring at first. It seems like you're bouncing from scene to scene to scene to music to music to music, but you end up getting used to it. But I don't think it is the best use of editing I've seen. There are some slow motion moments that don't feel earned. There's a time where someone is turning around and it's in slow motion. I don't know why it was in slow motion, but that was just kind of the style that they were going for with this movie, and it got under my skin every once in a while. But it definitely takes a lot to get used to. It's not like a standard straightforward thing. It feels a little bit more jarring because you can have a stylistic film and it can be very good and it can fit the style of the movie, but this one didn't seem to fit 100% of the time. And besides that, and the fact that some of the jokes just don't work for me because they were spoiled in the trailer, I think for the most part, if you're going to see this movie, if you saw the trailer and you were laughing at the trailer, you will for sure like this movie. If it's very raunchy, don't get me wrong, this is a very, very raunchy movie. So if you're not into those type of humor and those type of jokes, you probably won't like this movie, but I really enjoyed it. This is a very fun time at the theater. I had some great laughs. This is a good comedy to see right now. Go out and see it. Bring your 6th graders. Don't bring your 6th graders, but that'll be it for me. If you like this video and you want to subscribe, please subscribe and check out more videos just like this one, reviews, different videos. I just did a video on the Legion series finale and how my brother watched it without watching the entire rest of the series, so kind of a fresh perspective on that. If you guys have seen Legion, definitely go watch that video and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this, and I hope to see you all in my next one.